An honor to be back to Roseland. Tim, thank you, and the staff and supporters of Roseland Hospital. This is a place of hope. If this hospital were not here, the people who are served by it would be denied basic professional health care, as well as the opportunity of a place close to their home to be treated. So Roseland, when we talk about the survival of important hospitals, it is high on my list personally. And I also want to tell you that the debate that's going on in Washington is going to decide not just the fate of Roseland, but some 20 hospitals in the Chicagoland area and many more across downstate. Whether they survive or not depends on this issue that we're talking about today. I mean survive. In this situation, 2/3 of the patients who come into Roseland Hospital are protected with Medicaid, and another more than 50% of the revenue that comes into this hospital comes out of the Medicaid program. That's how important it is to the survival of Roseland and so many other hospitals across the board. Why is it important? 80% of the American people have said clearly, we don't want cuts in Medicaid. Well, 80% of the people aren't covered by Medicaid. So why do people feel so strongly about something that doesn't help them personally? Because they know somebody in their family. It could be a mother or grandmothers in a nursing home who depends on Medicaid to stay there. It could be the fact that you know that half the kids that are born in this state are covered by Medicaid. If those kids are going to come to the world in the usual way and prosper, they need a good hospital and good medical personnel to make that happen, and Medicaid does that over and over. A lady named Kara, who's a grandmother in Mount Vernon, Illinois, a long way from here, 300 miles away from here, wrote me a letter about Medicaid. And she said in that letter she had 2 granddaughters. One was 4 years old, the other 5 years old, and they both are struggling with kidney disease. She said, Senator, I don't know if these kids will survive, whether they'll get the medicine they need or get to the doctors they need if they cut Medicaid. Do everything you can to keep Medicaid alive and keep my granddaughters alive. That's the bottom line. The bottom line here is the survival of people who depend on hospitals like this in Chicago and around our state. And I just want to underline the point that Robin closed with. Why would we even consider cutting $880 billion out of Medicaid? Unfortunately, the other party believes we need that money for a tax break for wealthy people in America. A tax break for wealthy people. They want to give a tax break that 60% of the revenue is going to go to people making over $400,000 a year. You would close a hospital and deny basic health care, basic mental health counseling, basic addiction services, so that somebody who's already rich will be richer. That's the bottom line. It makes no sense at all, and that's why we've got to continue to fight it together.